Hello, test. Good morning, guys. Hope I can hear myself. Uh, Let me know if the audio is fine, if you guys can hear me. All right. Good morning, man. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I got it took like 15 minutes to set up the new not the new microphone, but the new audio setup. So I don't know what's happening. But I'm good, man. I'm just enjoying the summer so far. So, that's it. Pretty large distribution happening here. Let's take a quick look. I'm gonna start this little thing here so you guys can have an easier way to follow me. All right, let's do a full breakdown of everything. I want to make sure that we're not missing anything. One sec. Just gotta delete here some drawings. All right. Perfect. So this right here, these are basically the news for today, right? So we got an unemployment claim at 8:30. We're gonna look into 8:30 what happened, right? Is it insane or what's going on here at 8:30? I want to see what happened. But other than that, 1:15 p.m., it's not really relevant, and there's nothing for Friday. So simple as that. Simple as that. Good morning, man. Good morning. There's only 6% in here. Okay. Let me repost the link again. Okay. There's a lot of people in holidays right now, or just vacancies or whatever. Let me see. Some alerts. All right. So let's get started. Doesn't matter, right? It's gonna take because people can obviously re-listen everything after the fact, but if you're here when it happened, that'd be nice. Let me just do something real quick. Hey, good morning, man. Good morning, guys. Any holidays for you, man? It's and holidays all year long. You know, for me, it's not a work. So, um, very interesting, right? You're not gonna lie. We're gonna look into more details a little bit, but very interesting so far. The 9:30 open. We're in the first 5 minutes of the market open here. I put this on full screen so we don't being distracted by anything else. I want to observe this layout first, okay? Because we start like from a higher time frame perspective, and we jump into lower time frame perspective that give us the whole ID, and that time frame basically layout right here. The most interesting thing about that is you have all the higher time frame on the same monitor, so you can easily connect the dot in between what's going on here on the higher time frame, which also mean the institutional order flow. So that's what we're looking for. Yeah. This is our current month so far. We are 10-day ins, including the weekends. Very small relative to the previous month. Like this is where the real summer start. Okay. You can see there's nothing going on here really. I mean, we tapped the high all-time high, obviously, but it's it's not a crazy month so far. That's just what I'm trying to say here. Okay, this is the first week of the month on this candle right here. First week. This is the second week, which is this week. We took the previous weekly high this week, so we formed the all-time high on price action this week. Okay, and this is the all-time high right here, 10 a.m. on Wednesday. Right, it was yesterday. Same thing right here on the daily time frame, and this high right here on the 1 hour time frame at 9:50 in the morning on Wednesday, June 9, 9:50. That being said, just want to look into the weekly time frame where we are in the narrative relative to the previous weekly range so far. We got a buy side imbalance when that previous week closed. You clearly see there's a buy side swing high that's been entirely destroyed on that buy side run during that June 23 week. Okay. When this week closed, we are basically trading a little bit higher too on the June 30 week, just basically the first week of the month, this month, right? Leaving that bullish fair value gap here open. Okay, it's still open at this point right now. The value of that fair value gap is approximately, I mean, I'll just give the exact value. I don't like approximation. Okay. So this is 22,582. These are the thing I'm gonna actually note on my notepad. Okay, 22,582. It's the high of the fair value gap on the weekly time frame. Okay, and then we get the low of the fair value gap at 22, 22, 2. All right, so that specific number. Buy side imbalance breaking the swing high. That's a nice area to potentially rebalance if needed on the weekly time frame. But at this point, we're still inside the previous weekly range. We did actually engage the previous weekly high. You guys know, you can see it, right? You can see it that we actually took the previous weekly high, as I can actually draw it too. Let me also put it in the layout. I'll put it globally, so it's gonna be everywhere. Let me see if I can adjust it here. If I can adjust it here. If I actually can adjust it here as well. All right. Now that's fine. This is a previous weekly high that I just marked out Also, let me just put it like blue. I think it's going to be more relevant as buy side. Daily time frame. So this whole thing was just a large extreme accumulation for the year on Q3. We're actually in expansion phase of the year so far, but still. Dubstep frozen at market open. Yeah, well, pretty good. Pretty good system. I don't know what happened there. Okay, so this is the most relevant thing that we can absolutely observe at this point. And I'm zooming a lot because I want you guys to see, right? But usually I would keep it like a little bit smaller. I'll keep it like this size because I really emphasis that idea. If you look at this current daily candle, which is the daily candle of the Nasdaq on today's price action, which, you know, it's still inside the previous daily range. Okay, keep in mind that's very important detail. We're still inside the previous daily range at this point. You can see the daily candle is literally stuck in between the data high of yesterday and the data low of yesterday, and we're pretty much like at this point right now. Like if we look at current price action, where it is like 22, 30, 25, around that pretty much, we are into the fair value of that previous daily range. Okay, so if I apply a fib on that previous daily range, you can see that we go and tap 50% of that previous daily range. Okay, right here, and we're kind of like stuck in between 25 and 50, which is our fair value of the previous daily range. Okay, right here, if I use the previous daily high right here from Tuesday and I extend that data point in time, I can see that we come very close, but we didn't touch that high. So for some reason, there's the price action from that day right here is not relevant at this point on today's price action for some reason. Now, this large expansion that we got yesterday here was an accumulation, right? We actually accumulated the all-time high on the buy side above the Monday high and also Friday. Yeah, there was no Friday, right? Really, but Thursday from last week. Okay, these two high right here, these are low resistance overall. Sell side was taken here, swing low right here. So the output of this swing low right here was the expansion on the buy side, reaching for all-time high at this point. Because I want to see like right here what's going on, because so far 930 offered like a sweet distribution. If I look at the lower time frame, I'm still on the daily time frame so far, but um, yeah, I can see on the 1 minute chart there's a large distribution of the downside, very close from 23,000 big figure. So with that in mind, like I have on my notepad currently that the daily candle is stuck inside the previous daily range. So immediately I know that there's buy side actually, like there's an engineering of liquidity that's been taking place right now as we actually waiting for that high potentially to be taken or this low. We don't predict anything, right? We don't need to. So let me look at the 4 hour here. On the 4 hour here, so small buy side imbalance here, like it's a pretty large consolidation on the 4 hour. You guys can see here, it's not very good. Okay, like it's absolutely terrible. Like if you want my honest opinion, um, this is the large accumulation on the upside. 10 a.m. actually took the high right here on the weekly high. You can see that's a high resistance CPT right there, right? If you take these two candle print side by side, you look at the conditioning of that wicks on the top side here, you can see that this wicks is higher than this one, meaning the liquidity has been taken close back inside the range. Didn't take the previous 6 a.m. low. As I mentioned on my Twitter yesterday, I said if we didn't reach for the 6 a.m. low, that means the day is going to remain bullish, right? And I said on that day 4 hour here, that the one that is bearish, if you look at from in between the 10 a.m. and the 11 a.m., and you mark every single fair value gap bearish that you have inside of that 1 hour time frame candle here, and you basically walk your way up. Okay, and I said it on my Twitter just before it happened. Okay, so, and I'm not predicting anything, I just see it. Okay, so, and you can see that basically the next 4 hour candle actually just walk his way up. Like I said, it wanted to actually take these fair value gap and basically rebalance that large inefficiencies on the sell side on that 4 hour here. Okay, this 4 hour here actually took the previous 4 hour high, started distribution to downside, retargeting for these low that people try to chase to move up again. Redistribute that, didn't take the low here, but take it on the next 4 hour here from 22, basically on today's price action. Sorry. 2 a.m. in the morning, we got London Open. London Open still stuck in between the swing high and the swing low, current swing high and swing low of the day, right? Stuck inside of that. We can see that 6 a.m. in the morning, which is a current 4 hour candle, has accumulated buy side above that relative equal high, but also low resistance buy side, as we have this swing high right here. So if liquidity has been engaged on the buy side here, right, potentially we can go inside this 4 hour here, but there's 15 minutes left for the 10 a.m. And I'm still bullish, right? Not gonna lie, I'm still bullish, right? You know, just keep in mind that right now this daily candle is stuck inside a inside bar. Weekly candle is bullish at this point as well. Monthly candle is also bullish, so I'm aligned on that ID so far. Okay, so that's why I don't want to go short too much. Okay, not right now at this point. But the liquidity has been taken here on the buy side. There's a distribution in progress right now on the sell side. You can see on the lower time frame, I'm going to look into the 1 hour here. This is the run for the all-time high. Bam, distribution. And as I said yesterday, I said, look, take that leg down right here, mark every single fair value gap you have inside of that, and basically walk your way up. And that's basically what happened here. So the algo is basically rebalancing the inefficiencies. It's reaching for these fair value gap here. And that's exactly what it is. Okay, so, and then after, like, people start chasing the move up for another all-time high, and they got distributed on. As they get distributed on, the markets start accumulating again, and we're still inside bar the previous daily range. So that's what I mean by currently it's not optimal, right? If we look at this 1 hour time frame, that's a very nice high resistance here. I don't see price returning that high so far, but again, we're stuck inside the previous daily range, so just got to keep in mind. There's this low right here that it's also very imbalanced on the London low right here. London low 1 a.m. 30. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna jump into my lower time frame so I can see a little bit better my sessions and stuff. Okay, let me just recalibrate this whole thing here. This can go back on my second monitor. Okay, what do we have here? This is our weekly high, previous weekly high at 23,102. I got it on my notepad here. Damn, that's a very insane large distribution, isn't it? So as price is trading inside the previous daily range, like we see that box right there, which is our previous daily range. And like I said, the buy side was engaged on the actual actual daily high. You see right here, it's been engaged right there. It's been re-engaged a little bit on the 930. There's two candles side by side right there on a 15-minute chart. You can see high resistance CPT here, rejecting 23,089.75. It's premium prices. Midnight open right here, 22,996.75. Break below swing low right here. Swing low right here. There is this swing low right here that's remaining at this point at 315 lows. And we got 130 low. So actually, okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not interested by anything. As we stuck inside the daily range, it doesn't, it's like, it's kind of like mean that there's nothing really outside the range and it's not really interesting for, so, because otherwise like market would have run on a 930 immediately for that. The fact that we returned for the London low right there, it's not, not insane. Okay, it's not insane. Yes, obviously the move can be impressive a little bit here, but not really interested, not lie. But I'm down to observe and see what it looks like. These lows are very nice, as we can potentially take that. So, is that my layout? Fuck or okay? I was like, what's going on here? So I'm gonna actually copy this. I mean, I already have it. I'm actually using this one because the other one's not ready yet. So it's gonna be eventually. I'm gonna close this because I don't want to execute anything on that. This is 1 minute time frame, so I'm kind of like looking at the price action on the 1 minute relative to that ID here on the left side. Okay, let's put it back on the full screen. So we're observing here the FX4 model template or framework. It has a 15-minute, right? So that current 15-minute, we can basically break it down on these 1 minute time frame here. The 15-minute open at this candle right there. This first 1 minute of that 15-minute has distributed these two lows right here. Low resistance, you can see it. There's a small change in a state of delivery or order block right there. You can see this one. Well, it's been taken. Interesting, right? Must be random. That's a bearish order block. Okay, bearish order block right here. Small bearish fair value gap, taps inside of it. Distribute lower, volume bounce showing up. A retracement inside the range in the distribution on the sell side, taking that previous deal equilibrium, but most specifically pairing with sell side liquidity on the low of the day and also the London session. Okay, so pretty much it. All right. Like if I mark this right there, this was the sell side right here. So it's actually running for that. What we can do right now, because like I said, it's gonna be a pretty short stream. Like, not that I wanna, like, not that I don't want to be here, but it's like, not very interesting right now. So, I'm gonna break down this whole run sell side right there in the lower time frame. So we're gonna go in like 15 seconds. We can basically see all the details of that. like down. But other than that, I don't know, like maybe respond some couple question here and then we're just gonna jump off. All right. Pretty much that. Nothing too crazy, right? You guys like took that short? If you did take that short, you know, you can share with me the execution using the take a snapshot and copy the link here. You can basically paste the link in the comments in the chat so I can actually open that and basically we can look at it. Or just post it in the receipt section from the Discord, obviously it works too. So no one took that. That's fine. I had planned not to trade today. Yeah, same to be honest. I was like debating a little bit if I wanted to take that London low, but as we are very like so close from it and we are actually stuck inside the previous daily range, I was like, you know, I'll just hold on that, you know what I mean? Nothing wrong just coming back next week. Like I'm not sure tomorrow I'm gonna be there because it's Friday and it's not so far it's not really a good week, you know, in the market. It's not really insane. Oh yeah, we have all time high, but still it's not. Yeah, do you guys feel what I'm saying, or you know, right? Hopefully you are. It's not insane, right? Like we saw much better than that, and we have to be like positive about it, but also remember yourself that if we are able to see that the market is not really good, or you know, there's nothing wrong about it. Like you can like being upset or frustrated and like, man, this is fucking whatever it is, right? It's like, it's just like, it's fine. It's fine. There's nothing wrong about it. Seriously. I'm good, man. I'm good. We're good. We're actually good. Which, yeah, you know, there's still ways to show up and just observe these things. Like, but it's not you're not obligated to take a trade every day. Okay. I'm telling you right now. And you better like being selective than just like actually be in the market all the time. You took that trade, good one on the pre-market. Okay, so you participated in the buy side run. Let me see if I can actually open it right here. Yeah, that's a pretty good trade. And you still holding on that, or are you actually done with it? If the weather's not good, why go out and play? That's a very good statement, man. That's a very good statement. It means a lot, right? It's the condition that are not good. So, you know, there's risk involved. Like if you actually trade a real account, like, you know, I don't know, I would just not trade that, you know? I'm not saying it's not possible to actually just, you know, look for a 5 or 15 minute distribution accumulation and big content about it and being done, right? Because I know some of you have like challenged the past and that's what I'm trying to say for a while now, that these challenges are being designed for pushing you to like doing things you're not really wanted to do, you know? So don't feel bad about it, you know? Like you have to pass a challenge, otherwise you're gonna fail the thing, right? So you have to trade, but just remember that on the other side of these challenge things, like you're not obligated to trade if you don't want to, okay? Yeah, pretty large distribution, isn't it? Well, so let's break that down right here, that light right here. I'm gonna actually took the fractal high to the fractal low. And I want to break it down here on a 15-second so we can actually see a little bit more detail here. The challenge is bullshit. Yeah, it is. I mean, right, that's a business, you know, it's a business. So like when you trade your own account, you don't need anything. Like you don't have any obligation. You're doing what you want to do. Seriously. So what was this buy side setup here? There's prop firm, we offer instant funding. Yeah, I think it is. I think there's. So this is buy side here. We can see that the buy side run started here. So I'm gonna basically just add a little bit more context right here. And I'm framing the fractals like this. Okay. So there's a distribution that started at 7:53, okay, which basically 8 a.m. Sell side run, basically going against this area of buy side accumulation here. So what do we have in the London sessions? This accumulation here, accumulation, 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 accumulation. Large distribution as a retracement on that buy side accumulation. Expansion on the upside, reaching for 2377. Okay, buy side accumulation. So right here, got buy side activation. Right, very nice. See that massive manipulation we have right there at 930. Buy side taken, engaging more buyer to go long, right? That's the idea of that buy side run right here. Like, oh man, this thing's gonna go for all time high again. Let's buy this thing right there in big premium, right? And basically got distributed down here. So if someone get activated long right here, where's the stops gonna be? So we have this low potentially. Okay, that's the first low that the market goes for. And again, immediate rebalance right there too. Very, very crazy, isn't it? Like right here, this wicks down, this wicks down. These are overlapping. There's like, this is like a very insane signature in my opinion, because it should have like a fair value gap here in reality, but the market is so efficient at that time, 930, right? So it's so efficient in terms of amount of order that comes in the market, or it's just like super efficient and don't have to print any fair value gap. It just basically immediately rebalance that inefficiencies, and you can see that market it start like running fast really quickly because it has only one liquidity pool on the sell side, which is basically our London low that we've talked about right here. So it's just like run quickly towards the liquidity pool, right? As we break below these low right here, this is our 848, like 830 low, let's be honest, let's say, right? As we break that, you can see there's small consolidation of pairing the sell side here. So what are they doing right there is they just, again, pairing these orders that are resting below these low right here. You can see some back and forth price action here. A little bit of re-engaging buy side right here, right? All these little details, okay? Also use this low as mitigation. And then offer distribution right here at 8:40, 9:45 is on the new 15-minute. That's where the whole thing started. Small reaccumulation as a retracement program right there. Okay, so distribution, retracement, reaccumulation, redistribution, reaccumulation, redistribution, reaccumulation, redistribution, stuck inside of the small consolidation as we reach for the low of the session, of the London session. And then we keep going lower at this point and reach for more distribution. But you can see like distribution, reaccumulation, redistribution, reaccumulation, rebalance, right? Redistribution, reaccumulation, rebalance, and back and forth. And there's a bunch of order block we can identify on that. It's just 15 seconds short too, guys. So okay, so retracement inside the range, redistribution, but at some point this doesn't work anymore because it has to be discounted. Like at some point it becomes so discounted that the market's not running against the old thing. Because like the more the market go down, everybody wants to join in. More people chasing the price, more people chase price, like more liquidity building on the buy side. As buy side start, being very heavy, like just market going on the other side. What's the speed of this delivery? I mean, it is what it is. It's not very quick. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like if we look at the price, that's 23,089, and we're right now like 22,900. It's not really insane. Okay, I've seen much better than that. I'll tell you that. Yeah, but over time, when the market slow down, right? It slow down over time. Like we're in summertime, so the day the daily range are like a little bit smaller. So when you come into these like highest volatilities area, they like it sounds and looks like it's a big move, but it's not very big. Okay, it's not very big. Yeah, I don't want to be part of that anyways because we're bullish right now. So I'm letting this distribution happening, right? And when I see something that actually wants to go against that, that's going to be the best. Okay, because remember, right, the market's running with the higher time frame. So it's now because on 15-second we get a large distribution, the sell side, like it has to go there this today because there was no liquidity on the external range. So that's why, it actually, took these London lows right here. And this is our current low of the day right here. So, eventually it can like really start going against that all day. This is 10 a.m. new 4-hour time frame candle here. Again, I'm not very interested, so I wanted to do some small observation, help you guys like understanding the status of the whole thing. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. If you have any question, you can type in the chat. I'm gonna look into, and then what else? I think we're gonna be. Yeah, there was an NWAG right there. Yeah, right here. This one. This is Paul and Doug from Wednesday too. Yeah, so, but still, not interesting. Let's be honest here. It's not, it's not good. I've seen better, right? So what do you guys have planned of this week? Like you study whole thing or what are you guys doing? You guys started playing guitar or what? I'm having so much fun then with this thing. I'm a guy that like to learn thing, right? I told you guys like multiple times. If I'm not learning something new, I'm kind of like not happy, you know. So I want to learn new thing, and you know, like for me, the guitar thing is kind of like an insane challenge. There's so many harmonic and frequency and electronics and you know different type of pickups and notes and intonation and reverb and effect and crazy thing you can do with that. It's like, man, crazy. How many have you bought now? I got 4 right now. So I bought my 1959 Les Paul, like in Gibson Les Paul, kind of. And also like, and I bought another one, a Green Day edition with signature. It's a Junior Les Paul, very insane. That's an Epiphone, but it's pretty good. It's really good, really really good. It's a pretty cool model. So what I'm doing basically is I'm just buying different model. You know, will you take the trade today? No, I said I'm not interested by the market today, man. It's not good. It's not looking good. So like we're stuck inside the previous data range, right? So keep in mind, like I can show you again. If we look at this template, that's the one I'm looking at the most right here. Like what are we seeing here, right? Like this daily is stuck inside this previous data. So overall, this is just a large consolidation, and it's the biggest problem for that right here, right? Is we got low resistance here and low resistance here. So like it's 50-50 and I'm not interested by that. Playing the guitars using the right brain, the creative mind, connecting with the heart, you become the best version. Yeah, it's fun, man. It's seriously fun. Like, I don't know, man. It's just like very interesting. Very, very interesting. There's like so many things. So I'm basically learning, like, I'm cracking the code of the like frets and stuff. Like, and there's tons of stuff to learn inside of that. Because, like, you can muscle memory practice a song and actually understand how to play it and do it again and again. But I'm kind of like going deeper a little bit. I want to learn like every frets and every chords and strings and understanding that this one right here is going to provide me this amount of hertz and frequency, and there's different frequency that actually the same frequency but more amplified, and it's very insane. Like it's crazy fucking it's a lot of maths and crazy like geometry things inside the guitar, I'm telling you right now. So but it's very interesting. Our mind can no longer rest in comfort once we step out of the comfort zone. In fact, it often starts generating depressing thoughts. Yeah, you good, man. Just stay positive. Being like a positive being, right? It's pretty fun. Pretty fun. I can write on both sides, but I like to write on the right side. But when you type on a keyboard, you use your two hands, right? So, you know what I mean? Like, you're typing with your two hands. So, that mix of left and right hemisphere, like, it's pretty fun. Yeah, man. It's very, very important. I think it's very important because, like, most of negativity comes from the outside world. It can plague the inside world. You know what I mean? So, as I show you guys, like, a little bit earlier on, like, your head right here, like, has the highs, and has the hears, and all the negativity comes from the outside worlds, basically. It comes in and out comes out, right? What comes out has to be inside first. Very sequential meaning about it. So, pretty much that. I don't know if you guys have any questions so far about the market or anything like that, but very simple. Like, if you try to twist the whole thing, you can get lost in the sauce, but if you keep it simple, it's simple, isn't it? The update I'm working on right now is most likely going to be the FX4 model. I'd like to release that in the middle of the month, maybe in the third week of the month, potentially next week. It's inside your book recommendation, Power of Subconscious Mind. I just arrived today. Oh man, you're gonna be enjoying that, dude. This is really good. I bought it for Focus. Uh, yeah, my boy Focus. I've sent him like the book, the Power of Subconscious Mind. I think it's a really good gem, man. It's a serious one. And it's not hard to read because it basically split in a small section all around. Man, if you do read that book, I would highly recommend using a highlighter, man. It's good, really good stuff to actually highlight inside of that. And take your time, like, don't twist it too much. Like, use a nice highlighter and just, like, highlight what you like, what resonate with you. Heaven on Earth, yeah, there's, like, beautiful places everywhere. Let me show you. There's basically a tons of version of the Power of the Subconscious Mind, but that's pretty much this one here. It's like this one here, the Joseph Murphy. Yeah. How to attract money. Like, this is not supposed to be there, but like, money is like so much secondary. It comes in the last thing, basically. And it comes naturally. You don't have to twist it. Like, you don't have to force it. You don't have to try to get it. You don't have to chase it specifically. Like, CCLX is Alex Catalan. Catalan? How do you say that? Like, basically like that, I think. Or Catalan. Sorry if I messed up your name, man. Like, I think it's like this. Not sure. Yeah, it's in the Discord. Catalan. Yeah, exactly, man. Psycho-cybernetics. I think I already look at it. Yeah. I mean, in terms of layout, if you want my honest opinion, like this is insanely good right here. Specifically for the higher time frame perspective, like I feel that most of people they only look at the 4 hour and the 1 hour 5 minute. Like this is not supposed to be 5 minutes. You're supposed to be 1 hour. But oh, 1 hour and not 1 minute. But because remember, right, we work from our higher time frame PD arrays and then we break down into the lower time frame and then we work from these lower time frame PD arrays and just basically walk our way up or walk our way down depending of the bias. And the bias is most likely going to be established based off these three higher time frame here, and sometime a little bit implication of the 4 hour if you're short term sided thing. If you look for a 15-minute delivery, like you can actually use the 4 hour and the 1 hour, and that gonna dictate a little bit where your next 15 minute could potentially go, and that's basically what you want to capitalize on. Just keep it simple, man. Like it's very important to keep it simple and establish your objective too. Like we've been talking about that in the booster 21 for a while now. It's like, what is your real objective, man? Okay, my real objective personally is to be able, without predicting anything, engage on the next 15 minutes to actually capitalize in the whole directional, higher time frame and look for one single 15-minute deliveries. And that's more than enough, man. I'm telling you, you can make a you can make a ton with it. It's simple. It's not complicated. What make it complicated is everything that you try to apply at the same time. And also like it's just like where the next 15 minute could go, you know what I mean? It's just keep it simple. I don't know. Like without predicting, can you know where the next 15 minutes going? Without predicting, literally without prediction, without anticipation, without uh trying to predict the future and be like a superheroes. Like, can you walk that next 15 minute where it has to go? If you don't trade that. Simple, isn't it? If you can trade it, just do it. What's stopping you to do it? Lack of confidence? No, you're good, man. You're good. I'm only looking at NQ1 to be honest with you, man. I like NQ1. I think it's pretty good. But otherwise, like if you're using like these specific contract, like obviously you could get a little bit more fluidity of charts, but generally speaking, you're basically lacking so much data. It's my honest opinion. If you look at when ICT trade um, is using the NQ1, because otherwise you're lacking all the previous days and months. Like this chart right here on the monthly, weekly, daily would have so many missing parts. Yeah, dude, fear's an illusion. Just keep in mind. You're good. You're good. Everybody can do it, man. Like what stopped them to do is basically themselves. They're stuck inside of themselves. What's the biggest fear in the market is losing money. Like if you're accepting the fact that money could be lost because it's just a probability at the end of the day, like you're risking something. If you don't risk anything, you don't make any, right? If you don't risk anything, you don't make anything. So the business is risking money to make money. But how can you risk money to make money? Is by choosing like good setup. And how do you choose good setup? Is you're basically, looking at what's going on. We are the creator of our own life. Yeah, man. 100%. You are. You draw the line where you want to go, and just walk the line. That's it. And I know it sounds like I'm telling that if it's like easy, but it is. Everybody can do it, man. Just gotta like tell yourself, I can do it. Can I do that? Can I do that? Is there any doubt that I can do that? No, I can do it. Fuck up. You just do it. And when you do it enough, when you have experience on these things, it become easier too. So experience gonna build over time. It takes time, right? And you'll see by yourself. It's coming. I'm telling you, it's coming. It has to come. Otherwise, you're not moving forward. If you're focused on the losing side, you're attracting that side. Yeah, man. What about if you're rewiring the losing factor into a winning one? Oh man. Does that mean that you never lose? Does that mean you never lose? Collecting good experience? Yes, sir. Yeah, I've said that too many times already. It's important, man. Yeah, the cool thing about YouTube live stream is they're just easier to find out. Losing is the best teacher. Yeah, bro. It's not, it's like, again, it's your perception. Most of people, they perceive the loses or the losses as a negative behavior, but it's not. It's just experience trying to tell you, look, today I want to teach you something. But if you don't see it that way, you're fucked. It's like if you want to go higher in this in the ladder, you have to go up, not going down, you know? It's literally all perception, I'm telling you. Like it's very, very important to understand. And I've been talking about the perception for so long right now. You guys know, if you did part of the whole series I've done before the Booster 21, like it's all perception. So good stuff. The really good stuff that can potentially unlock everything. Like there's a bunch of people that actually learn and understanding what I've been talking about at that time. And right now they're just going up because they're just understanding that every time they actually take a loss, it's not negative. It's just like someone from an external world that tried to teach you something. And it's not. Well, market is the best teacher for real. It's better than me, right? He's the one that's going to teach you things. But if you're not open minded about it, if you're not receptive to learn something from your losses, you don't learn anything. And if your objective is just to make money and only not learn anything, you are actually in the wrong state. Yeah, because I think it's all about that, Adam. I think it's all about that, seriously. I mean, I don't even think about that. I believe it is. Yeah, you can share that, yeah, for sure. In the general chat, yeah. All right, it's been an hour live stream. That was simple, pretty simple. But I'm here today to remind you that the daily is just basically stuck inside the previous daily range. So it's not, as we stay inside the previous daily range, I would not, you know, look for anything. So maybe if you don't want to waste your time today, I would put alerts on the previous daily range and above the previous daily high, and I would just potentially wait for some sort of alerts, and from there potentially you have something, but I would not guarantee that because it's not insane, right? Yeah, believe in whatever you want, man. It's for you. The sky is red, or if the sky is whatever color it is, it can be, you know what I mean? Like, you're deciding which one you want. Why not, you know? That's your life. That's not the other one. That's yours. All right. So hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. If you have any question, otherwise, like, I'm gonna be in the Discord and that general chat, so there's no problem with it. Yesterday I responded pretty much every ticket. So if you still waiting for something in the ticket section, just maybe type something. So actually, you know, the repop or whatever. But potentially this weekend I'm gonna delete all of them because there's too many open right now, and you know, I want to delete and clean the whole thing. And if you need something, just reopen a ticket. It's fine. Or are you cooking? I'm working on the new FX4 model indicator, so I want to make it simple as like, I think it's gonna be the most simple thing you ever seen because it works for me. So like, I wanna refine that into a more simplistic ways, even more. Like, it has to be more simple. It can be more simple. I know how to do it, so I'm doing. All right, so have a good one, guys. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your weekend. I'm not sure I'm gonna be there tomorrow. Like, to be honest with you, the week is kind of like done for me. If you look at this weekly candle right here, not very cool, right? Very small week, extremely small week so far, and extreme small months as well. We're in the summertime. Keep in mind, okay? And if you have any sort of challenge or whatever prop firm to do, just focus on 1 15 minute. You're good enough. All right. I believe in you guys. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and we talk next time. Bye bye. Ciao. Ciao.